All right, guys. Here's a collection of my stock market takes and our friends' stock market takes and fans' stock market takes.
That being said, if you don't follow us on Twitter, go follow us on Twitter, and we post
we can
every
get your
week
input.
like what should we do. These are Jack and then also y'all's stock market.
This comes from a friend. Buy or sell Mississippi State only wins the Egg Bowl. That's the only game they win the rest of the season is the Egg Bowl. I'm going to sell because I don't see them winning the Egg Bowl, so it doesn't matter what they do in the rest of their games.
Well, that's not kind.
I think it's way more likely you beat Arkansas than Ole Miss. So
I'm gonna sell because we're gonna be 6-5 come the Egg Bowl, and I already went through that earlier. So if you are dumbfounded by that, please go watch our Mississippi State versus Texas reaction, and that will also may dumbfound you too, considering the rant that I go on to then say that.
I think you talked by yourself for like probably 14 minutes, 20 minutes.
Rightfully so.
No, it was
I just
great.
sat here and was like, man, I really have to pee. I need this segment to end.
But I'm
It
gonna
was good stuff,
I'm
JP.
gonna sell. It would be poetic for us to only win the Egg Bowl, and I'd take that in a heartbeat right now.
Yeah.
But I think we're winning 2 games prior to that, so let me sell
Sure.
in a positive way. I don't
Sure.
know. Also, don't I think that actually is our least likely game to win. I'm not gonna lie.
Over
Even-
Georgia. You think
Even
Georgia?
factoring in the rivalry boost.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
think that is the hardest one for us to win because I don't see an avenue of us shutting down Lane Kiffin
Yeah.
in an Egg Bowl offensively.
You have to score a
At this
buttload of
point.
points.
Like the one Egg Bowl we did beat Lane Kiffin in, he beat himself for the most part, and Will Rogers was just magnificent.
Shout out, Will.
And also still a lot of dark magic had to go into that as well.
Some guy talked to me about Will Rogers yesterday because we're rocking my Washington Huskies jersey.
Mhm.
Talking about how he knew Will Rogers and he was neighbors with Gardner Minshew.
Crazy.
So
That's sick.
yeah,
I
the
will
Washington
also
lore.
sell just because, or for all those reasons. And also, if we haven't won an SEC game going into that game, I don't expect that to be the game we figure out winning an SEC game. I don't think we
Also
have.
fair.
I don't think that we're gonna suddenly like develop some sort of clutch gene, which we have lacked in all but one game this year.
yeah.
And just figure that out on
Sure.
probably the biggest stage of a Mississippi State season is the Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
So
Next buy or sell, and you may have to do some research if you're watching for this one and don't remember these jerseys, but the Miami Hurricane jerseys from last night, their camo ones, are worse than the Florida Gator skin jerseys they broke out in 2018, I believe. It was against A&M, so I had a front row seat to those jerseys. I'll start while y'all are looking them up. I think the Miami jerseys are worse. So I'm going to buy this stock.
I think I just put up the Florida jerseys.
And it
They're-
could very well be recency bias.
You
but
said you think they might. No, the Florida jerseys.
the Florida jerseys are really bad.
I think the Florida jerseys are worse.
The Miami jerseys are gross.
Can I say they're both terrible?
Yeah, you can just forego the stock if you want.
If I had to pick one, for me, I would say I would buy because of one of my favorite jokes of the week, which is just a layup joke, was Carson Beck throws all those picks and then they're going to wear jerseys and he can't even see his receivers, which I thought was obviously hilarious. Camo jokes are always funny.
I wonder how many times the announcers use that as like, because I remember watching the Florida game against A&M. The announcers talked all the time how Kellen Mond's going to throw an accidental pick because he's not going to be able to see a Florida receiver. I wonder if they were making those jokes, but it was Miami versus Stanford, so I was not watching that game.
I'm gonna go with the Florida jerseys look worse.
Okay, so you're selling.
Yes, I'm gonna sell.
Buy, sell.
How does this stock trend up and down?
Oh, it doesn't. It
okay,
doesn't.
because I feel like this is just, okay. Cool.
It's just a funny topic.
Also, JP, you've been called out for your pants. Would you like to defend them to your
By who?
girlfriend, Abby?
Oh,
He's repping Green Bay.
what do you mean?
Yeah, for
what
those
am
of
I
y'all
wearing?
listening back, Abby, JP's girlfriend, said in the chat, "What the heck are you wearing?"
I am wearing pajama pants for the Green Bay Packers, who are playing right now, and I'm wearing my work hoodie from Toyota.
Nice.
And I wanted to dress for a representation of how I'm sure a lot of State fans felt today, which is I now only care about my NFL team, and I don't care enough to dress up nice up top either.
Feels like a need for comfort type
Yeah,
thing.
it's like
Yes.
I just don't want to get out of bed today. Kind
Exactly.
Of thing.
I felt that way last night. I watched a movie on Netflix, A House of Dynamite, that just came out, instead of
Football?
watching more football.
Valid.
So
Valid.
that is what I'm wearing and why I'm wearing.
So who bought and sold? I sold.
I bought. JP bought.
Okay.
Next one. Buy or sell 6 or more SEC schools will have a new head coach by week 1 of next year.
This is a good one.
Well, you
so-
can already go through the ones
Shout
that
out
are
Brandon.
guaranteed.
So
Florida?
LSU, Florida, Arkansas.
Mhm.
Am I forgetting one?
Those are the 3 that are guaranteed right now.
Yeah. Odds are I think the South Carolina job opens.
Sure.
Because in my opinion,
Auburn,
Beamer leaves. I think the Auburn job opens, and that gets you to 5.
Yep.
Kentucky.
I don't think the Kentucky job opens because of the buyout.
This goes into whether you're
yeah,
buying or
correct.
selling at this point, though.
That's my personal opinion.
There's a chance, small, that Texas opens.
This is correct.
So does this count if Eli goes to Florida or Elia Drinkowitz goes to Florida and Kiffin goes to LSU? Like that counts,
Yes.
right? That would
Yes.
be okay.
So actually, that's
so
a good point. 'cause I
coaches
think Kiffin-
moving around.
I think Kiffin leaves, so that gets you to 6.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's just the schools have a new head coach. It's not that
Yeah.
there's 6 new
Yeah.
coaches in the SEC.
And so if Kiffin doesn't go to Florida and Drinkowitz is their second option and he does, like that,
Yeah,
I think
I'm
I think you're
buying.
at 6 pretty comfortably.
I'm buying. It's just the thing of like, what if Auburn somehow Hugh Freeze goes on a little mini run? Auburn doesn't fire Hugh Freeze
I don't think.
because how have they not fired him yet? Shane Beamer doesn't take the Virginia Tech job.
Yeah.
I think you're almost looking at maybe we could get to 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. But then what if you flip it and Sarkisian goes to the NFL?
Yeah. Oh, well, for sure. I mean, it's
Because
there's high variance here.
apparently Sarkisian's agent and Kiffin's agent are the same.
It's Jimmy Sexton.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So so people are like, oh, he's trying to push Steve to the NFL to get his other guys bigger pays in
Yeah.
the SEC.
And
I
then
don't know.
Mike Elko goes to Texas.
True.
Brandon makes the point.
Jeff Lebby could
MSU
get
is
fired.
a long shot.
Yeah,
It's a
I wouldn't be
possibility.
surprised about Levy.
Oklahoma loses out. Venables gets fired.
Yep.
Mike
Yep.
Elko gets hired by
I don't even
Penn
know
State.
if it takes losing out. I think losing a couple of your.
I don't know.
Yeah, it might take losing out.
I would
probably
take losing out. It would take losing to Missouri and LSU at home to lose that job. Clark Lee from Vanderbilt ascends
True.
Yeah.
to some job. Maybe he gets like the Penn State job
Yeah.
because Vanderbilt is the 9th ranked team in the country right now. If you didn't know,
And he
which-
does win the games. He's not necessarily. I mean, I guess they've been favored in the Missouri game, the LSU game. They weren't favored
he
in
won
Alabama
the-
last
yeah,
year.
He won the Bama game, which
Yeah.
kind of all that matters. Yeah, you might be looking at half.
I think we're all buying here.
Yes.
All right, what are the odds? Every coach. No, I'm kidding.
I'm selling.
Yeah, I'll buy 6. I'll buy 6.
Next one. Buy or sell. BYU makes the playoffs. Likely means they can only lose 1 game the rest of the way.
Yeah.
And then
They'd have to lose in the Big 12 championship. I think is the only way.
only way could have 2 losses, and I think that's very possible that a 2-loss BYU with a loss in the Big 12 championship gets in.
The odds per FanDuel, which I texted earlier.
Yeah.
Yes at plus 290, so 3-1 essentially, and no at minus 385. So a little bit more edge to if you were to buy it. You could almost 3 extra money if they were to make the playoff. If you were trading this on Kalshi, which if you've been on Kalshi, please let me know in the chat because that is diabolical. And
I
need
think
to
you
know
need to
what
call
your
the number,
experience is on that.
personally.
Yes.
If I see the stupid AI call she had one more time of the congressman or whatever,
What is
I'm
call
gonna
sheet?
lose.
Is that the where you can buy and sell
You're buying and selling stocks.
of teams instead of betting on them?
It's like what Robinhood has right now.
I haven't
you can
used-
buy
I don't
and
do that.
sell.
it feels a lot more degenerate than Robinhood, and I think it's
It
just
does.
the presentation and their advertising.
Look, I've never been on it, but apparently you can you can buy or sell like this segment, whether or not it's going to rain in Florida tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
You can buy the ad I'm talking about, or the commercial I'm talking about. It's buy or sell. Like when the government lockdown ends.
Yes.
That's crazy. So you're not. It's not just a sports thing. You can buy and sell everything.
Basically,
politics.
It's
apparently
so
the weather,
degenerate. It's so degenerate.
Sports, of course.
Okay. See, I missed that. I thought you were just talking about the sports part being degenerate, but it's everything else.
Oh, it's everything. Yeah, if you have been on Kalshi, which we should get. Can you imagine Kalshi's?
That'd be a sellout
Sponsoring
moment
this
from
segment.
us.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Buy or sell presented by
fits.
Call Sheet.
For the price, we would
does.
do it. For the price.
It
Yeah.
fits
For the right price.
perfectly.
I'd rather get Robin Hood on our side.
Okay.
Way less likely.
But
Wait,
yeah,
so-
back to the question
Yeah,
was
the-
BYU to make the playoff. Yes is 3-1, and no is 1-4 essentially.
Yeah.
I was the one that introduced this one. Yes, Jerome Powell is stepping down. That is another one of those ads. I'm going to buy BYU because we are a BYU podcast, and I would say I'm the biggest BYU guy here. Fair? Okay.
Bigger than me anyway. I
Really?
won't speak for, I
you
won't
think you're
speak
bigger
for
on
Sanders.
BYU?
I just don't. I thought we were all equally like not BYU
I
fans.
think I'm just slightly more BYU because I did pick them.
If I'm remembering,
Didn't you guys pick
if I'm
Iowa State?
remembering correctly,
I
all-
pi- I
Okay,
picked
never
them
mind,
to
you're
go over on the season win total. I was in on BYU from the beginning.
okay.
So
I'm going to buy.
I don't remember what I
regardless.
did.
I-
Personally,
for this week,
I've been the lowest. I will definitely confirm that.
we all
them
picked
to cover.
BYU,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I picked BYU to go over their season win total. I bought in on the quarterback, and y'all all sold.
Okay,
so
but what about the Utah game?
Well, we didn't
What
say.
happened in the Utah game?
Who? All right,
Who
cool.
picked who
Let's
in
go
the
back.
Utah game?
BYU. What week was that?
Jay- was
JP
2
picked
weeks
BYU.
ago. I was the only one to pick BYU. So yes, I am the BYU guy on this show.
Valid.
All right, I'm gonna
Um,
go back and find our BYU preview and listen to me hype them up while y'all tore them down.
Who's the real BYU guy? Buy or sell?
We'll let the BYU fans decide.
I'm gonna take BYU to make the playoff.
I will as well.
I think they've got what they need to. They have 2 tough road games left at Cincinnati and at Texas Tech in 2 weeks. Cincinnati in 4 weeks. And, of course, still 2 other Big 12 games after that as well. But I think they'll get it done. And I think they'll be in the Big 12 championship, and I think they'll make it even if they lost. Because if they're undefeated in the Big 12 championship, they may be 7th or 6th in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good save. Thank you.
Well done.
And I think that's just really hard to knock them out of the top 12 at
Yeah.
that point.
I think that's fair. I already said I'm going to buy.
Yeah. What? So you say if they're 12-0, what if they do drop one of those tough road games? They're 11-1 in the Big 12, and they
Then
lose
they
the
need
Big
to
12
win the
championship.
They need to win
You
the
don't
Big 12
think?
championship.
I don't know. They do because we've already got the precedent of SMU. SMU goes 11-1 and loses the ACC championship, and they make it, losing to Clemson. Where I'm going to assume, I'm not going to assume. Let's theorize that
Sure.
BYU loses to Texas Tech.
Sure.
That's a better loss than the Clemson loss. I think that they could still make it in.
But I think the difference is last year, SMU did that. But the teams that they were in a debate for with the spot were a 9-3 Alabama, who had lost to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And had lost 2 other games on the road to Oklahoma. It was 6-6 as well, and
Yeah.
Tennessee. South Carolina was in that conversation, but South Carolina had a really bad start to the season. At one point, I believe they were 3-3,
Yeah.
or 4-3, and then there was one other team as well. And I just didn't think there was no
There was
debate for that.
10-2 Miami.
10-2 Miami, but Miami had lost to Georgia Tech and Syracuse.
Yeah.
And they were also same conference.
So there was a debate there. I think there's a way better chance that we're going to have 3 to maybe even 4 SEC teams having a better argument than a 11-2 BYU.
They would be in a tough spot, I think, if they lost it. But they could get in. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm slamming the door.
I think that the precedent is already there that losing it like 11. So if 11, I'm saying if an 11-1 BYU is ahead of those 10-2 SEC teams,
Sure.
I think the precedent might be there that they're not going to punish you because you had to play an extra game. Those teams didn't have to play.
That's
is
only
fair.
happened one time.
Yeah.
I would say I just struggled. Precedent. Yeah, we've had one
Yeah.
Jimbo. So
Yeah. All right. So
that was a big conversation last year too. So
Yeah,
I
and
think
I'll
it will
I'll
it'll
also
be brought
buy.
up again.
cool. I
As
think
we should.
I think since we all bought this one, I know where we're going with this next one. But buy or sell Houston, the Houston Cougars, to make the playoffs. They already have a loss. They're not undefeated like BYU. so you'd almost have to expect them to run the table. They have an easier schedule than BYU does, but I talked about it earlier on the show. Their last 2 games are home against TCU and then at Baylor, and I see them splitting those 2 games, and so I'm going to sell this stock.
I will go ahead. I'll buy. Partially as a troll.
Okay.
Partially,
So both these teams run the table and meet in the
Big 12 championship, and Houston beats BYU. And is that a rematch? Or does that already happen?
Houston
that'd be the
play
first
BYU.
time. That'll be
Yeah.
the first time they've played.
Okay.
Houston beats BYU. Houston gets the auto bid. BYU is the at large. Because I do really like Houston's schedule down the stretch, and I get that you're saying they don't have the same depth as even some of the better Big 12 teams, and then a lot of the top end of the other conferences. But the teams left on their schedule are kind of like 2 of the bottom teams in the Big 12. You got West Virginia and UCF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then you've got TCU at home, and TCU has improved throughout the season after starting out not great, I
I
believe.
mean, they're your Big 12 champion
They
pick.
were my Big 12 champion pick.
So
No, wait, I flipped last
that's
second
right,
to
because
Arizona State.
they were my Big 12 champion pick.
And then you go to Baylor. All 4 of those are winnable. 2 of them I feel like you should win. You'll be favored in.
Yeah.
They'll probably be favored at West Virginia, right? I don't know how
They
much
host West Virginia, so in the
Yes,
cage.
at UCF. They'll probably be favored at
You're
UCF.
easily favored in the cage.
Yeah. So I'll for fun, I'll pick them to go undefeated and then
All
face
right.
BYU
I hope it happens.
in the Big 12 championship. That would be electric.
It would.
And then Houston wins, they get the auto bid, and BYU, because they are 11-2, gets the at large.
So
JP's about to toss the odds in her face.
yeah, I'm a gambler, and
Sure.
so I believe in the odds and I trust the odds, and Vegas knows that we've said that a few times on the show.
Sure.
Houston is tied with TCU for the same odds to win the Big 12 championship. They're at plus 2,000.
Not great. That's good. That's good value. You could get some good bones.
But to say,
you
if
put a
I
unit on that.
parlay Houston to win the Big 12
That's
and
the-
BYU to make the playoffs,
Win the Big 12, which for whatever reason, now this makes no sense. Odds Houston makes the playoff is plus 1,300. They have better odds to make the playoff than they do to win the Big 12, and they have 1 loss in the Big 12 already. That it makes no sense to me.
You think they'd
which
be
is
the
why I would think they'd be the
Yeah.
same, or in fact,
no, they
maybe
should be the same.
slightly.
No, they should be the same.
If you're talking your precedent with the not eliminating a conference champion team that was in the game,
Well, then they wouldn't have. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see.
they
what you're
wouldn't have
saying.
won the Big
Yeah.
12.
You think
but
it'd
they
be
would have
slightly
odds.
better? Sure.
I think it would be slightly better, not 700. That's 7x difference. Yeah, I just don't. Vegas doesn't see it as a possibility, and I don't. Obviously, it would be a Cinderella run, and I will cheer for it. But I don't see it as a possibility that
Sure.
they have worse odds. They have the same odds as a 2-loss Big 12 team in TCU and Utah, who has looked bad in games, and they are
Yeah.
just so far separated from BYU, Cincinnati, and Texas Tech.
Yeah. Cool. So
You gonna sell?
yeah, I sold to start the
Oh yeah, you
the
did.
segment
All right, sell.
or start the question. Next one: buy or sell at least 2 Power 4 teams finish undefeated. So unless I missed one, you have Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia Tech, A&M, BYU. So 2 have to stay undefeated through the regular season. In my mind, it was through conference championship weekend.
Okay,
So they have to go 13-0.
Yes,
do that instead.
That's what I meant. So that's not the regular season, but that basically means Ohio State and Indiana cannot both be undefeated.
Only one.
Only one.
So is Georgia Tech, BYU, A&M, Indiana, Ohio State. That's the 5 you said.
Yes.
Cool.
And so, in my opinion, I think one of those is going to end up being undefeated. I think the odds are there.
Easily.
And so then it's just you think Georgia Tech, A&M, or BYU can run the table.
I'll go and say no.
It's a really good question.
I don't think Georgia Tech already almost lost to Wake Forest. And let me look at the schedules of these teams before I.
So I can go ahead and talk
Finish
about
my-
A&M real quick.
Go ahead.
A&M, they're looking at their hardest games left. They're on a bye right now. Then you go
Good time for a bye.
at Missouri. I agree. You go at Missouri, and then it's home against South Carolina.
Yep.
and then it's Samford, and then it's at Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also, on top of that, have to go win the SEC championship game, whoever it's against, if you even get there, right? So that seems like a pretty tough road. I don't think it's out of the question, but that's a very tough road. We've already talked about the BYU path. You're looking at having to beat Texas Tech and Cincinnati, and then
probably one of them again.
And probably one of them again. Georgia Tech probably has a pretty favorable schedule left, except they're going to have to beat Georgia, and that's a very tough game.
And then you got to beat an ACC team that's
Yeah.
UVA, Louisville. Not
Miami.
easy. Or Miami, yeah.
I'm still going to buy, though, because I think one of these teams finds a way to get it done. And I'm leaning Georgia Tech or A&M to find a way through it. That's where I'm at.
I'm going to say I'm buying as well. I feel like we're going to get one of those stories of A&M going undefeated and winning the SEC championship, being 13-0, insane. Georgia Tech being 13-0, insane. Or BYU being undefeated and 13-0, insane. But it's college football. Insane happens.
Yeah. I think I'm going to sell.
All right.
Because I think all these teams have tough games left in their schedule.
I guarantee it'd be plus money for this to happen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think they all have tough games on their schedule. And the other thing is, college football is insane. So that's not to say, Georgia Tech could lose at NC State this weekend.
Sure.
I don't know A&M. I don't know what the insane upset would be. They're not losing
It'd be
to
losing.
Samford.
It'd be losing at home to South Carolina.
Yeah, like that. And that could happen. It's not likely at all, but that,
I will be despondent if that happens.
Yeah.
Lenore
Sellers just goes absolutely.
Also, it is
sicko
college
mode.
football, so maybe Ohio State loses to Michigan like they always do, and then they turn around and beat Indiana in the
That'd be crazy.
Big Ten
Yeah.
championship game, and neither of them are undefeated.
So both y'all bought.
Yep.
I will sell.
And that gets us to our last one, which is Fernando Mendoza out of football after first NFL contract. And this comes as, I think the technical buy and sell was Fernando Mendoza is like an insurance salesman.
Stockbroker.
A stockbroker in 5 years. So I tweaked it a little bit because to me in 5 years it's probably around the end of his first NFL contract.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sell because I think he's going to get drafted pretty high. Looking like a first-round lock at this point. So he's going to get his 5 years. And then just the odds, even if it goes pretty poorly, that he isn't just like a backup somewhere, is just very, very low. So I feel very comfortable selling this one.
Yeah, I would love to know the last time a first-round pick did not get a second contract to be at least a backup somewhere.
I'm sure I could do that.
Did Josh
pretty
Rosen
quickly.
get a second round? Get a second contract?
He did not.
I guess he got, Did he not? He got traded to the Dolphins and then didn't get a second contract at all? Yeah. Okay. So I guess that would be our go-to. 2018 would be the last
And
time.
I'm pretty sure he does insurance right now, too.
He
I
was
know he got his
business.
master's degree.
He got a business degree.
Okay.
I don't know what his master's degree is in business, I guess.
Yes, because they found his LinkedIn profile or something like that.
That's so funny.
I wonder if Anthony Richardson is going to join that club.
Live research on the field here, or on the show here. Anthony Richardson. I don't think Anthony Richardson's going to join that club. I think he's got so much. The physical talent is just.
That's where you're at?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the NFL hates that guy.
I don't know. Position quarterback.
Well, technically, the last one is Dwayne Haskins,
Rest in peace.
but that had different
So
circumstances.
Josh Rosen got a second contract?
No, Haskins was 19.
Oh,
Rosen
you're
was
right.
18.
Haskins was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
year prior to,
Dude, I was
the year after
Dwayne
Josh
Haskins.
Rosen. So yeah, Josh Rosen is the latest one, and that is.
Was Johnny the one before that?
I don't know if Paxton Lynch got
Okay,
a second.
I forgot about Paxton Lynch.
Did Johnny not get it?
Memphis legend?
Yeah, I forgot Johnny didn't.
Johnny didn't, and then it would be Johnny Manziel.
Let's see if Paxton Lynch.
Dude.
I wonder if Over the Cap has former players. I bet they do. Paxton Lynch, quarterback. Load.
And yeah, that would be it. At least not to go much deeper. I'm gonna sell as well. I have the exact same take as Jack, which I'll just repeat. I think he is too talented from a football perspective, and if they continue this run in Indiana, even if it went really poorly, which I don't exactly expect, at this moment, which is insane to say considering how I felt about him coming into the season. I would think he would be a backup somewhere. He also just fits the backup mold as well, which has part of it has to do with race, because that just seems to be the case.
Sure.
I think of your backup quarterbacks, unless the backup is for like Lamar Jackson, where it's Tyler Huntley. For the most part, your backup quarterbacks are white, and they just for whatever reason that's the case. I just think, I don't see it happening. I think he's playing too well. He seems like too much of a talent at this moment to not.
I think with a lot people have raved about his IQ as well, and that's like people want a backup that like is smart in that sense, and can pick up whatever the offense is doing and is ready to roll in any given moment. So
I want to say on top of that, just to clarify, that has nothing to do with race.
100%. I was thinking that when I said, I was like, that may come across poorly. But yeah, it has IQ has nothing to do with race.
We mean nothing of that here.
I will also sell, just because we named 3 quarterbacks in the last, going back to Manziel and 13.
It happens about
14?
once every 5 or so years.
Yeah, that's 3 quarterbacks in the last 12 years. So that's good odds that it's not going to happen again.
Correct.
And I think that the guys that we did talk about were like huge outliers, in that Josh Rosen was just ass. Johnny Manziel had his off the field issues.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember who Paxton Lynch.
Paxton
also
Lynch,
just really bad.
I think they was just a swing and a miss. But yeah, I like it.
The next one that's up, I don't know, but maybe they are. Right now it's Zach Wilson and Trey Lance. Trevor Lawrence, a part of that draft, already got his extension. Justin Fields got one. And maybe also Mac Jones. So you have Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Mac Jones. I expect Mac Jones to get another contract. I expect
100%.
Trey Lance to get one. So I think it might be Zach Wilson, and I would wonder if he is still on his rookie contract with the Miami Dolphins
I believe Mac's already got a extension.
Mac already got one?
That's what I'm looking at. This over the cap has him going out through 2030.
Cool.
It is void, but like it's still
then
like
he already got one.
Yeah, he had to have gotten one. I'll check Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I would be surprised if Trey Lance didn't get another backup chance.
Yeah.
He's already been a backup 2 spots in Dallas and Los Angeles. And so it's Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson has not gotten an extension. He's only got through the 5th year listed right now.
So Zach Wilson is up, which we would hate to see that as a BYU podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
So we hope he gets an extension somewhere.
You think that Pro Day throw can get him a second contract?
Dude, what a throw that was.
It really was. Well,
Trey Lance. Wait. I may be lying. I apologize. Give me just a sec.
all right.
I might be misreading Zach Wilson. No, it does go out farther.
Okay.
It does not. I was confused. So over the cap, it doesn't start with their first contract. It starts with the current year.
Yeah.
And so Zach Wilson is out. It's 2025 out to 2026, and then he's got 3 void years in 2027 through 2029.
So he signed a contract.
I believe
a new
he has
contract
signed
with
a
Miami.
Yeah.
yes.
Heard.
Cool. So just kidding. That throw did get him a second contract. Good to know.
Good for him. So it's just Trey Lance, but
Yeah.
I imagine he'll get extended.
I think
Probably.
he may have also.
And then
It's also weird. It's difficult because if a player gets cut, then the new contract is technically a second contract. It's not a continuation of their old contract.
True.
So that's why it's a little odd.
Yeah, that is a little
that
odd.
does make it tough, I guess.
Because if
Even more reason to sell this stock.
yeah,
True.
yeah. Because if Mendoza gets cut and then signs to a practice squad,
Well,
or
I think we'd make it active roster.
you do verify first NFL contract. I was gonna say, what if he ends up in the UFL or something?
Yeah, NFL is key here.